Welcome back. In the last class, we have looked at introduction on the topic SURDS, and in this video, I want us to consider some basic principle, or we can call them basic rules, okay, that can guide you when it comes to solving questions relating to SURDS or simplification of SURDS. So these are basic rules I want to discuss with you and analyze, and we are going to look at their roots in mathematical analysis. Will help you when it comes to simplification of SURDS. So let's first look at the one that has to do with multiplication. Okay, so when it comes to multiplication, okay, let me write that basic rules. So when it comes to multiplication, okay, let's say we are to multiply a surd or a surdic number, root a, root b. Okay, we can prove that root a multiplied by root b will definitely give us all roots a times b. We can definitely prove that. Let's try to actually use number now. If we have root 2 times root 3, so let's look at that. So if we have root 2 times root 3, we can say this will give us what? Root 6. That's what we are saying. And basically, if you also have all roots, 2 times 3, of course this will also give us what? Root 6. Therefore, what we are saying is that root 2 times root 3 can be written as all roots 2 times 3. Okay, that both of them will give us the same answer. So when we are dealing with SURDS, we can always understand that when we have root xy, we can write it as root x times y, root y. This will give you the same answer. So you can split root of numbers like this whenever you are solving questions on SURDS. So this is the rules that guide what? Multiplication. Of course, there are still more for us to discuss when we reach under multiplication of SURDS, but that's just the basic. That's what we call it, basic rules. Okay, so let's look at the one that has to do with division. Okay, division now. Okay, under division, if we have root m over root n, we say that this can be written as all roots m over n. Okay, this is valid. How do we know that this is valid? Okay, if I have root 6 over root 2, okay, what this simply means is that I can split. We can use the multiplication rule now to actually get what will be the answer. I can split this to be root 6 can be splitted to root 3 times root 2. Of course, that will give us root 6. We have done that in the previous example. And then I can say over root 2. So because root 2 and root 2, they are the same, so they can cancel out. And this answer will give me root 3. So let's look at it. What if we now say all roots? Okay, this is an example. Let's say we have all roots 6 over 2. Of course, since 6 over 2 is actually inside the root, I can divide that by saying, 6 divided by 2 will give me what? 3. And the answer will be what? Root 3. So when we did it this way, we got root 3. And when we did this way, we got root 3. So we can establish that, therefore, root 6 over root 2 is the same thing or is equals to root 6 over 2. Okay, this is a very important rule that you need to understand when it comes to solving questions on SURDS. I hope you do get that. So basic, just basic. Let's move to addition. Okay, let's move to addition. So additional. So when we say root m plus root n, in SURDS, you must note that this is not equals to m plus n. Yes, this is not equals to m plus n. I'm going to use a perfect square to explain this so that it will be you will understand it, you see it clearer. Example I will use is root 4, okay, and I'm going to use what? Square root of 16. Okay, so let's solve this. Square root of 16 rather. Square root of 16. So we know that the square root of 4 is actually 2. So this, the answer will be what? 2. And the square root of 16 is 4. So that will be plus 4. So if I'm to do this, square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 16, pardon me, is 4. So 2 plus 4 is going to be amount to, it will amount to what? 6. So root 4 plus root 16 will give us 2 plus 4 equals to 6. Now let's say we now want to do all roots. Okay, let's say we are doing all root 4 plus 16. What will this give us? Of course, this will give us all roots 4 plus 16 will give us 20. And if you check even with your calculator, you see that root 20 is never what? Equals to what? 6. So you can see when we did root 4 plus root 16, we got 6. But when we did all root 4 plus 16, we have root 20. Of course, in the advanced simplification of SURD, which is the next thing we'll be looking at after this video, we can split this to be root 4 times root 5. Of course, in our multiplication rule, you already know that root 4 times root 5 will give me all root 4 times 5, which will give me 20. And I know that what? Root 4 is what? 2, and that will be times what? Root 5. This will give me 2 root 5. And 2 root 5 is never equals to what? 6. Therefore, I can establish that, okay, root 4 plus root 16 is not equals to, that's the symbol, not equals to, okay, 4 plus 16. Why is it important for you to note this? So that you are not going to make some, error, or let me say some, I will call them cheap error when it comes to solving SURDS. Yes, there are some mistakes that are bound to happen, but these are basic rules that you should never make as a mistake. So root 4 plus root 16 can never be equals to all root 4 plus 16. So we can establish it as a principle or basic rule that what? Root m plus root n is not equals to all roots m plus n under SURDS. So take note of that. So let's check that of subtraction now. Okay. Subtraction. All right. So subtraction, if I'm to subtract, we can also establish that root m minus root n is not equals to root m minus n. So this is also a very important basic fact or rule that can help you in simplification of SURD. Root m minus root n is not equals to all root m minus n. And we can actually use the same example, we just kind of switch it around. So we can say root 16 minus root 4. Okay, so what will this give us? This will give us 4. That's root 16 minus 2 root 4, which will be what? 2. My answer will be 2. So let's check example of all root 16 minus 4. Okay, let me start this. So that will give us root what? 12, which definitely is not equals to 2, because if you split this, you can split root 12 to root 4 times what? Root 3, which will give you 12, and that will be 2 times root 3, and that will give us 2 root 3. Okay, and these are not equal. So we can establish, okay, that therefore root, let me write that separately, root 16 minus root 4 is not equals to or root 16 minus 4. And generally we can now say root m minus root n is not equals to or root m minus n. So these are basic rules, principle. Yes, we call them rules, but they are just something that mathematically you can analyze and you can prove it that, oh, these are things that actually make sense in mathematics, not that somebody just wake up one day and just say these are the rules and you must follow it. Yes, we can see how we impute numbers and prove that yes, mathematically this is what we can establish, and mathematically this is what we cannot establish. So note this for multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. I'll see you in the next video. Please share this video, like, comment, subscribe if you have not done so, and turn on the notification bell so that next video you can always get some update and alert that I just drop in a video. See you in the next class. Bye for now.